Welcome, it's denome. In this video, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin in the next basically 2 or 3 weeks or so, because there's some really important stuff that's coming up that could be bearish or could be bullish, depending on what's the outcome of this. But anyway, I just want you to be prepared for the next, 2 weeks might be pretty just range bound here between the green lines. But after that, we're going to hit this purple line here. And that's when basically we might see some interesting things. So first, let me talk about the technical analysis, the chart patterns, and so on. And then I'm gonna talk about the fundamental stuff that's actually happening in the real world that might affect if we will break to the upside here or if we will make another dive down. So stick around for that as well. Anyway, let's first talk about the technicals here. The first thing that I want to talk about is that we actually, on the daily view here, we did break above this green line here. So it could show us an indication that we might go higher. So that's always nice when the trend line here gets broken. So that could be nice. But on the other hand, if we take a look at what we have here on the purple line here, is another kind of resistance line. And also right now we already had this rejection from the 200 weekly simple moving average, and then we had the rejection down. It basically means that now the 200 weekly moving average has flipped from support into resistance. So typically that could mean that there's more downside to go. And also if we take a look at the average volume that is being traded, that is still growing. And usually when you are looking for the bottoms, you want the volume to go lower as time goes on, because that usually means it's either the top or the bottom. For example, if we go further back here to this high, you can see that the volume was much higher than on the second time when we made another top. There basically was no volume at all. So that was the top indicator over there. But right now it seems like we still had more volume going into this second downturn here. So there could be another move to the downside from here. And just looking at the date here, it's somewhere at the end of July and early August that we might see the rejection from this line here if we are range bounding between the green lines here. Another thing that I saw someone post is that if we take a look at what happened here, you can see that we went just slightly above this line, the previous high here, and then we had a massive rejection from this purple line here. So if we actually make a similar line from here, you can see that history could be repeating itself. So we just went slightly above the previous high here, and we might come and retest it again, and then we have this big rejection to the downside as well. So this could be like a fractal happening in front of our eyes as well, just from a technical standpoint. Something else, I don't know, I think there was something else that I wanted to share. I guess it would be that we are respecting this bottom line here. So if we come and retest this again, the 14,000 that so many people are talking about all the time, 14,000 basically being just the tip of this 2019 top here as well, we could come and retest this one again, and that would make, in my opinion, also a lot of sense, and many people are calling for it. But again, it doesn't have to happen that we come and retest that, and that would then be the bottom. But anyway, that's in the books. But of course, what most people want to see here is that we come and retest this purple line here, and then we go above it. But personally, I'm not exactly sure that will happen, because on 27th of July, there will be the Fed minutes. And there has been a leak that on the Fed minutes, they will actually be raising the interest rates in US dollar treasuries. I don't know what is it called. What do they raise? They raise the interest rates by a full percentage, so 100 basis points. And if that happens, that's probably gonna be quite bearish for the markets, as it has every time they announce another tightening policy. It's always been bearish for the markets. So it could happen again, and this is exactly at the end of July as well. So it would coincide with almost touching this line, depending when we go and retest this one. So that's another bearish thing that could happen. Another one that's on the books is that on the Mt. Gox, which was an exchange that closed down in 2014, they went into bankruptcy, and finally it seems like $3 billion worth of Bitcoin, or 137,000 Bitcoin, would be released in August. So I don't know if that will happen or if it will not happen, but this is something that people will be looking at. But I think it doesn't really matter if this happens or not. By the end of July, this will be talked about, the Mt. Gox release, and also if this rate hike happens, that's already enough to probably push the price down if this happens and there's this high rate hike. The Fed is quite notorious to actually leak these rate hikes before they happen, so they prepare the market for the downturn. So depending on what the future of the rate hikes will be, if they will continue this hawkish approach, they will probably keep it in the 100 basis point hike, or if they want to go even deeper, they might actually go and put it like 125 basis point rate hike. But if they do like a 75 basis point rate hike, because the leak was 100, that could probably mean that they are about to reverse on their stance. So if it's less than 100 basis points rate hike, then we might even see a pump, because then the markets are interpreting it as that they will not be increasing the rate hikes much longer than what they have been doing now. So depending on basically what happens on 27th, markets will either dump or pump. That's basically what it comes down to. So we're just, in it for the ride. So personally, I don't really see a reason why would you take bets before the end of July. So just basically wait it out, see what they do, and then decide from there what you want to do, in my opinion. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm not really taking any bets. So right now, for the next 2 weeks, you can take a holiday, you can do whatever, you can focus on your work. But in my opinion, in the next 2 weeks, I don't think there will be any major moves, because most people are just like me, just waiting what the Bitcoin will do. So that's why I'm just expecting more range bound stuff here. So you could make like short bets if we come back to the green line here, or if we go to the top line here. If you are short time period trader, I'm probably not gonna do anything, just waiting it out. So that just something that I'm doing. I don't know if it makes any sense or not. Another quite interesting thing that I saw on the crypto quant here is that the miner capitulation event is actually taking place here. So as you can see, miners have started selling on their position here. So that's a good sign that the miners are capitulating. And I made a video about this, that if they capitulate too much, that could be a problem. But honestly, I'm not seeing that's gonna be a problem this year or next year or the year after. So just know that the miners are in trouble, so they have more sell pressure. So other participants in the market will probably have to suck the sell pressure from the miners for a while. So that's another thing that could take Bitcoin a bit lower also, is that the miners, because they are running a loss, they have to sell some of their reserves to keep the operations running, so they don't have to pause it, because the price is basically lower than what it takes for them to produce Bitcoin. So this could take a while to resolve, and then when prices start to go up again, I'm probably expecting miners to start holding again and waiting for prices to go even higher, like they did before here, just waiting for the prices to go higher. And when they see the price is high enough, then they will sell and then there's a lot of speculation, as you saw here, but now they are forced to sell because the price is so low. So this is just another thing. But just on the bullish side, I just want to talk about quickly as well, is that there's going to be basically what they call a triple halving event for Ethereum. So there's I think there's a difficulty increase, there's another update, but also Ethereum is going to move from the proof of work into proof of stake, and that date has now been announced as September 19. That's when Ethereum will move from proof of work to proof of stake. As of now, this date could still change, but at least we have one date to look after. So September 19, I think that it's a good idea to put this date somewhere in your calendars, because this is an important date, and of course we hope that there's not going to be any shenanigans. But for Ethereum, all these halving events that happen, or these events that decrease the supply growth of Ethereum going forward, happen 3 of them in a row. The last of them, I think, is this September 19th event. So these things will probably hype up Ethereum coming to this event. And after the event, depending how it goes, there could be a dump. It usually happens like that. A dump after the event actually happens, and then a price starts to go up because of the tokenomics. But I'm guessing more Ethereum hype will happen, and some people are calling that the Ethereum will flip Bitcoin on the market cap. The market cap being that Ethereum is only about 1/3 of the Bitcoin market cap. So some people are now speculating that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin in market cap. That would be quite interesting. So we don't know if that will happen or if it will not happen, but some people are now speculating that Ethereum will go higher than Bitcoin. That would be quite interesting. One more thing that I just want to share in this video is the Bitcoin dominance. I don't know if this chart makes a lot of sense. Bitcoin dominance is basically the number that shows how dominant Bitcoin is versus other cryptocurrencies in the crypto space. So 47% means that the market cap of Bitcoin is 47 or almost 48%. No, sorry, here we are, 43.3% of the total market cap of whole crypto. And usually in a bear market, Bitcoin likes to go higher. And when people start to speculate on the altcoins, that's when Bitcoin is dropping. Basically, in a bull market, Bitcoin is dropping most of the time. There are, of course, situations when Bitcoin is growing. But right now, there's some interesting things in this chart, which is that we broke through this downturn already on the Bitcoin dominance chart. And now we have this supporting line here as well. If you take a look at just the RSI on the daily here, you can see a bullish divergence here where the price was higher, the price bottom was higher, but the RSI bottom was lower. So this is a bullish indicator that Bitcoin dominance will be going higher. So this could mean that there's another move to the downside as well, where Bitcoin will hold more dominance than other coins out there. So just something to also point towards the idea, BTC USD Bitstamp, that's where I had this chart here, that we might see another downturn here on this chart. But of course nothing is certain. That's just my view. In the next week or 2 weeks, probably not gonna happen anything too crazy, but now you have time to perhaps hedge against the downturn, or if you think that the Fed will start easing on their policies and they will flip from quantitative tightening to less quantitative tightening, then it might be bullish for the market. But who really knows? Anyway, what I'm pretty sure is that people for the next 1 or 2 weeks will probably just wait it out, and then when the Fed finally announces their new rates, we'll see how the market reacts and go from there. So if you just want to play safely, you can do that. If you think that the Fed will be easing their policies, then Bitcoin might be going higher. But right now, the real estate market bubble is still in the midway burst, as well as stocks are in the midway burst. They only gone down like 15 or I think the maximum was like 20% down from the complete highs. So I think there's still more down to go. So basically, the only scenario where I'm seeing that Bitcoin will start decoupling, start going up, is if it decouples from other assets. So that's basically the scenario where Bitcoin will be going higher, in my opinion, if it decouples from other assets. So for these reasons, I'm not really seeing the bullish side of Bitcoin. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong here, but that's just my opinion right now, looking at the charts and the things that happen in the crypto market in the next month or so. Anyway, last month, this is my sales pitch. If you want to join to support me making these videos, I'm probably gonna make a little bit more videos to get my cash flow higher. As you know, I'm pretty much sitting on stable coins right now, and I'm not involved in a lot of these cash flow opportunities with my stable coins. So I'm just sitting on cash. So last month with my YouTube, I made $78. So if you want to help me, there's like a join button somewhere below this video. You can join for like $2 per month or $10 per month or something like that. There's not really any extra benefit, but all my content is free. So if you like my content and like me to make more videos, you can join on that one as well. That's basically my sales pitch. And if you just like my contents, you can just subscribe as well and watch my videos. I get some revenue from the ads as well. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.